Hey, what's going on, everybody? Today we got another video. All right, we got a doorbell. All right, we got a doorbell. It's a Ring doorbell, so we're going to show you the installation of the Ring doorbell. It's very quickly, very short. It's very quick, sweet, and easy. But we're gonna, knock it out. All right, so come along with me. Okay, so after meeting with the customer, the first thing you want to do here is I'm getting ready to test the voltage here. Whenever you're doing a doorbell and you're connecting it to your existing electrical, you want to test the voltage. Here, the customer was telling me that her husband was actually made an attempt to this, and that's why you have all this extra wire. However, I'm just going around that just to make sure everything is good. Here, just testing it, it actually read 11 volts. All right, so the doorbell that we're actually using is 8 volts. It's compatible for 8 to 24 volts. Certain doorbells, you have to have at least 16 volts. So this is pretty much what I'm doing now, just making sure we test to see what would be the best mode to install this. And now I'm just trying to see exactly how much cable is actually in here so I can begin to make my hole. So I'm about to remove the doorbell mount that the husband mounted all the way at the top for whatever reason. So I'm taking that down, and now I'm going to figure out where we're going to place this. And I decided not to put it into that corner, but I'll put it on the brick instead. So I'm going to just run cable, that electrical wire, I'm just going to run it right along the brick there. And as has stated in my previous videos, I use the Diablo bits from Home Depot. These are all-in-one bits. They work very well with concrete. So I'm just measuring here because I'm going to go right through the mortar with this one, just so I can easily fish this wire, the wires through. So I'm just pretty much gauging, seeing what I can do and what I can't do, just to see what would be the best possible solution for this job. So I'm taking off duct tape because that's what was on here. I'm taking off the duct tape from one wire, and I'm going to throw that down on the ground there and begin to make our hole and get everything situated for this install. So you'll see me right here. I am just making sure that there's going to be enough cable to actually go through that mortar, and just going to see what I could do. I was thinking maybe I could put it back in the corner, but I know that door is going to hit the plate. So just trying different configurations, but I'm just going to stick with my first mind and actually just put it on the brick because it just makes more logical sense. And it's just going to save me the most time to make sure I complete this in a timely fashion. So as you can see here, I'm just drilling a hole right through the mortar there, right at an angle, just to make sure that this wire is going to go smoothly. I'm just creating a nice little groove with a 5 and 32 bit, and then I'm going to open it up with a 5/16, just to make sure that there's more than enough room area to be able to get around that. Now that that hole is drilled, it's going to be easy just to slide this wire straight through. So you of course just want to be careful with this wire, stick it right through, and easy peasy. Just going to pull it right on out from the other side, clean off any extra mortar that might be on there, and then just route this other side right through. Like I said, this is very low voltage here, so we're only dealing with 11 volts, not harmful at all. So that's pretty much why we're just moving this cable around. All right, and now we're just gonna test and make sure that the bracket sits flushly. And then from here, we're just going to start making our pilot holes to mount the Ring Doorbell bracket to the actual brick and mortar. So here I'm swapping out bits. I'm going to drop down to my 1/4 bit just to make sure we have more than enough space. And as we do this, you're going to see exactly how easy and smooth it is for these Diablo bits to drill right through brick. So I'm going to do the bottom first. It's going to go right through the mortar, and then the top one, we're just going to drill straight through. Very, very easy. Some bits you'll have a very hard time trying to drill through brick, but these Diablo bits work wonders. So right now I'm just trying to make sure we line everything up so all of the holes are exactly flush, and then I'm just going to test fit them, make sure that everything is in the right position. All right, so I'm going, since I drilled 2 holes, I'm just going to switch. There's the Diablo bits right there. Just going to switch to the 1/4 just to open it up, because the customer only gave me two anchors, so I have to grab more anchors to actually get all 4 posts in. So now there's the top hole, and now we're just gonna grab one of those anchors and throw those in. And this is a really easy installation here. Doorbells really only take 10 minutes tops to install. The customer, she already had the Ring app installed on her phone since they had a previous Ring device previously, so it just saves more time to be able to just focus on the work, because I don't have to worry about anything else, nor do I have to worry about walking the customer through, because the customer is very familiar with the Ring app as it is. So just finished putting those anchors in. I'm gonna put 2 screws just so the plate does not move, and after I do that, I can put the other 2 screws into the wall. So after making those pilot holes, just going right back over with you quarter inch bit, just to make those holes bigger, to put 2 more anchors in to pretty much lock it down. And since I only have 2 screws, I have to figure out, or grab 2 screws from the truck, just to make sure, this thing doesn't move, it doesn't go anywhere. So you're gonna see that in the final product when we actually do the final video. But for now, I'm just gonna put these 2 screws in, and I'm just gonna let it hang just so we can test, because I want to make sure everything is working. So of course, once you get everything ready, you're gonna go back to the doorbell and get it connected. With these doorbells, they automatically, once you actually have them powered to the electrical, they're automatically going to announce that it's charging inside the app. So once you actually do that, of course, just go verify inside the Ring app to make sure that it's charging. After I put the doorbell on here, I'm going to pretty much go to the customer and ask them to bring out their phone. Once they bring out their phone, we're just going to make sure everything works. So we're going to go through the live view, make sure they have that. We're going to make sure that the doorbell actually rings, their phone rings inside, as well as making sure that that doorbell is charged, because the one thing that the customer said that she wants to make sure that if she has to take it down to charge the batteries, and I just assured her she does not have to do that because we're connecting it to the existing electrical, so her doorbell is going to stay charged. So I'm connecting each electrical post to the conductor here, and once that's connected, all we have to do is just pretty much latch it on. Now, the biggest problem with this particular job is the customer did not have the 2 screws for the bottom, so we cannot actually install or fixate it to the wall, but the customer is going to have to find that ring box and that orange screwdriver so we can make sure everything is inside. And as we can see, we test and the doorbell is actually working properly. So here I am, just gonna knock on the door, get the customer to come back to the door so we can actually get everything connected, and that is pretty much it. This is the complete install, and that is all. Very, very simple. Thank you all for pretty much hanging out with me through this doorbell install.